If you use the Freelap timing system to time the sprints of your athletes, you have three options to choose from: the TXPad Pro, the eStarter and the Power and Space unit. These three tools have quite a few commonalities, besides the fact that they start the time of your sprint, but there are also more than enough differences between them. To make sure you buy or use the right tool for the job that you need to be done, we'll go over these three starting options and what sets them apart from each other. But before we go into that, you can find the links to these products in the description down below. And now let's go over all of the similarities, because all the Freelap timing system products share a few similarities, like an accuracy up to 200ths of a second, an IP67 rating, meaning that the products are water and dust resistant. At the point of filming this video, almost all of the products have rechargeable batteries. And finally, all of their products can be operated in temperatures between -20 degrees and +50 degrees Celsius, which is -4 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that's all good and well, but what sets these products apart from each other? First of all, the detection field of each of these products differs drastically. And because of that, the amount of athletes that can be timed with each of these three devices changes too. The TXPad Pro has a detection field of 1.5 meters and is placed directly under the starting athlete, which makes it only usable by one person. The eStarter, on the other hand, has the same detection field, but because it is placed between two lanes, it has the possibility for two athletes to start at the same time. The Power and Space unit has a much wider detection field of 6 meters and can therefore time all the way up to 8 lanes, so 8 athletes can start at the same time. Next thing about these products is that not every one of them incorporates your reaction time into the time measurement. While the eStarter and the Power and Space unit do this, the TXPad Pro only starts the time measurement when you release the designated thumb area, and at that point you already reacted to the starting signal. And that brings us to another difference, that being the need for an assistant or coach to operate the device. While the Pad Pro and eStarter only need to be operated by the athlete that is running, the Power and Space unit requires a second person to give the starting commands and the gun signal. This because the Power and Space unit has a microphone built in that detects the clap or bang and will send a message to the FX chip BLEs to start the time recording. Another big difference between these three products is the price. The TXPad Pro costs $189 or 181.5 euros. While the eStarter comes in at $299 or 242 euros. And the Power and Space unit costs $689 or 586 euros. So quite a big jump in prices, going from the Pad Pro to the eStarter and the Power and Space unit. And this now gives quite a good overview of how these three Freelap starting products compare to each other and how each one of them might be better suited for a specific type of coach or athlete. The TXPad Pro, as you might have gathered from all of this, is the base first option product. If you are an athlete that frequently trains alone, or a coach that just wants to let his or her athlete run one after the other, the TXPad Pro will do everything you want it to do. The eStarter is the go-to if you are a coach with a small group of 5 to 8 athletes and you want to be able to let them race against each other in practice. Then, the Power and Space unit. For most coaches, this will be overkill, but if you are a coach with a big squad of athletes, where some of them might even race international, this product can lighten the workload for you by having up to 8 athletes run at the same time, so you don't lose time by doing a lot of two-man heats. But because of its price, this might only be viable for coaches that work in a sports federation setting or coaches with bigger private training groups. Now, with these Freelap Start products alone, you won't be able to do much. You'll also need some chips to hold the time and cones to finish the time measurement. And if you want to learn about the package deal Freelap offers, so you don't have to buy everything separately, watch the video on the top right.